The following video demonstrates the partnership among the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation for Autism, Miami University, and the Sons of Italy Foundation. In Dr. Kovach's Fall 2022 Business Service Learning course, students were charged with developing their own fundraisers. To kick off the initiative, students received the following video from Mike Palmer, a Flutie Fellow.
Hi, I'm Autism self-advocate Mike Palmer. I've been involved with the Flutie Foundation for 4 years. Not only have I made a ton of friends and valuable connections, but I've gotten to experience things beyond my wildest dreams, such as throwing out the first pitch at the Red Sox game and being team captain of Dougie's Team for Autism in the Boston Marathon. I am personally beyond grateful for the support of students like you at Miami of Ohio. Your dedication to helping people with autism is generally contributing to bettering lives.
At quarterback, the CFL's five-time most outstanding player from Boston College, number 2, Doug Flutie.
Second and goal. And Flutie's going to do just that. And he'll...
How old's Dougie? 2.
Dougie was diagnosed at age 3. About 2.5, he started showing some signs and regressed. He actually had full speech.
Oh, you did?
Baby, Mama.
The baby.
Baby, Mama.
You know, we didn't really know what was going on, so he ended up going into the hospital for 3 days in Boston. You know, we were quite nervous. We didn't know what to expect.
I was kind of shaking my head at first. I mean, if you read a textbook at that time, it was basically said, you know, autism was caused by bad parenting and neglect.
I want the raincoat.
Get your raincoat.
Once we accepted it, you would just basically take that diagnosis and move forward. And I think that's kind of the approach we took.
Early on, you know, I think our expectations were just to have it more of a New England-based foundation.
There were no services available for families. There was no outlet to turn to get information. Just so happened that I started playing at that time, the Flutie Flakes thing came out, and the whole thing exploded. And all of a sudden it became a little bigger than just a 2-pounder over here. It's, you know, it's full blown.
The mission of the Flutie Foundation, quite simply, is to help people and families affected by autism. We have a variety of different programs, but primarily what we love to do is partner with great organizations that are innovative and have a deep impact on people with autism and their families.
The Flutie Foundation has been a trusted partner to so many people, families, and organizations for 22 years. As Dougie and his peers have grown, the Flutie Foundation has grown and expanded our services to include adults with autism. Currently, the Flutie Foundation has a number of initiatives, but our work really boils down to 2 things. First, we provide direct financial support to families. Multiple studies have estimated that caring for a child with autism could add $1.4 to $2 million in additional expenses over that child's lifetime. Many families can't keep up, so we pay for technology support, camps, swimming lessons, and much, much more. Our second major initiative is to provide grants to organizations on the front lines, making today better for people with autism. Whether it's vocational or education support, social or athletic activities, or programs keeping children and adults safe, supported, and informed, we get critical support to people and families today. Thanks to our great donors and the leadership of Doug and Lori Flutie, we are poised to continue to be a resource for the autism community for years to come.
By contributing to our mission, you are also making today better for people with autism. Thank you again, Miami of Ohio, for helping people and families with autism, including myself, live life to the fullest.
Upon learning of the success of the students' projects, Nick Savarese, Executive Director of the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation for Autism, Joe Sciammi, the President of the Sons of Italy Foundation, and Dr. Mary Kovach, Associate Professor at Miami University, celebrated and praised the students for their achievements and embraced the collaboration among the 3 organizations. Hello, I'm Dr. Mary Kovach, and I've taught business service learning courses for nearly a decade at Miami University, based in Ohio. I charge the students with creating their own fundraisers, and I give them parameters, set goals, and I have bi-weekly check-ins. The result from this last class was nearly $8,500 raised for the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation for Autism. We're here today to celebrate that achievement, And I'm here with Joe Sciammi, the president of the Sons of Italy Foundation, and Nick Savarese, the executive director of the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation for Autism. Welcome, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
I'll have each of you share a little bit about your respective roles, and then I'll share some quotes for the students based on their accomplishment. Joe, do you mind telling us a little bit about the Sons of Italy Foundation?
Sure. I'm a almost 55-year member of the Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America. We have three parts of the OSDIA, and one of them, of course, is our National Lodge. The second part is our Commission for Social Justice, fighting bias, bigotry, and defamation. And the third one is the Sons of Italy Foundation, the 501c3 entity. We're very proud of it because commencing with the new tax laws back in 1959, we commenced with a growing scholarship program, a charitable program, and we can now boast that we have a wonderful building in Washington, D.C., which is our home office, from which we operate all three entities of the OSDIA. And as well, now we are always in the midst of charitable fundraising. And we're happy to say that we have three major charities. One of them is Cooley's Anemia, which affects people with thalassemia, an overage of iron in the blood cycle. And then the second one is the Alzheimer's Association. But the third one, and a proud one, is the Doug Flutie Foundation for Autism. And we know that so many of our we've heard from our families throughout the country, so many of their children, grandchildren have been affected in so many difficult ways. And so we began partnering with Doug Flutie Foundation, about which you're going to learn more. And we're happy to say that cooperatively, we raise money every 2 years, which we bring to our national convention and then present it to the three charities. And we've done that all this time with Doug Flutie. We've had him on our interview shows. So we couldn't be more proud of helping a worthy cause. And I'm looking forward to continuing that relationship. And through Dr. Kovacs, we were able to continue that in a very special project in an institution of higher education, of which I am affiliated with another school up in New York. So I applaud the work that she's done, and I thought it was a good effort to pull off.
Thanks, Joe. Nick, can you share a little bit about the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation for Autism?
Sure. Thank you both for having me and for just continuing to support us tremendously. My name is Nick Savarese. I'm the executive director of the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation for Autism. We were founded 25 years ago by former NFL football player Doug Flutie and his wife. Doug Flutie and his wife Lori. A few years after their son Doug Jr. was diagnosed with autism, and they couldn't really find great services for their son Dougie at the time. This was a time when autism wasn't as widely known and there wasn't as much awareness as there is now. And they thought to themselves, wow, if we with a certain level of celebrity and finances can't find support for our son, what about all these other families that are kind of suffering in silence? And so they really wanted to bring awareness and financial support to these families. And so that was 25 years ago. We're now in our 25th year of serving the autism community. And we're really excited, thanks to partners like Sons and Daughters of Italy Foundation and many other organizations that support us. We've been able to stay true to our original founding, which is just helping people and families affected by autism today. So really, we don't do a lot in the space of research or advocacy. It's really about the critical needs that people and families with autism are facing today. That could be work, school, safety, just support and information, those sorts of things, the things that all of us need to get through today and live our life to the fullest. And we're particularly proud of just the support we've received from Sons and Daughters of Italy Foundation for so many years. Just one of our longest running and just incredible partners. We're honored to be amongst, their three primary charities, Cooley's and Alzheimer's. And, we've developed great relationships with so many people over the years within your foundation. And it's just been such a wonderful partnership. And, and then there's branches to the tree. So for Dr. Kovacs to then involve the students at University of Miami and have them do this great fundraising, or Miami University, I apologize if I'm getting that mixed up. I do have the logo right behind me, you can see. To involve these younger students now in philanthropy and have them learn what it means to kind of apply business knowledge while also supporting the community. It's just such a worthwhile endeavor for so many reasons, and we're just grateful to be a part of it also. Thank you.
Well, thank you both for your time today and all that you do. But before we close, I want to share some quotes from 3 of my students. The first is, I enjoyed this project thoroughly. I like the foundation we're donating to. I like that they had the creative freedom to come up with what fundraising event I wanted to do. I enjoyed this being a solo project and not having to work among other students. I think we had a fair time frame to complete our tasks. I like the agile daily stand-up check-ins and the fist to fives, because it was easy to chart what I've done, what I need to do, and questions along the way to see my progress. That was Brittany. Sarah quoted.
I think Mary, I want to also echo what Nick said. It's so important to get into the minds and heads of the next generation. That so much good has taken place, but there's so much more to do, many more challenges, especially in the field of autism. I happen to know several close friends who are dealing with their children, and one couple has really found it hard, but without the help that they receive, they probably couldn't manage. So I think what we're doing was great. I think your idea was something new, was something novel, and it probably could serve as a model to be used at other institutions of higher education, if not other organizations. So you're making a difference, and to that end, the Sons of Italy Foundation supports it.
Well, thank you very much. I'll read what Sarah wrote. She said, this project provides a great service to the autism community and is quite challenging without being difficult, that I gave up in despair. I loved it. And then the last student said, I love the community partner, the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation for Autism. It hit close to home for me, and I know the financial toll it can take on a family. I'm so thankful for the programs like this that help to support families. I enjoy collecting my money for an organization that I admire and does so much for people that I would recommend this project for another class. It was nice to manage a project that I could be creative with and put on my resume. I would recommend this community partner because I feel because there are a lot of people that relate to it. It's nice to raise money for a common cause that everyone can get behind. So again, thank you both for joining me today. Thank you for all that you do. And if you have any final comments before we close.
Just
keep up the good work.
Yeah,
and keep it all up.
All right.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That sounds great. Well, thank you both.
Bye now.
Now read what students wrote upon reflection about their service learning experience, what they uncovered, and the impact it had on each of them. Let's hear one more time from Flutie Fellow Mike Palmer.
Hi, students of Miami of Ohio. Since we last spoke, we have greatly together impacted the autism community. You will all have raised over $8,000 with your great and creative projects, and I have both run the New York City Marathon and the Walt Disney Half Marathon for the Flutie Foundation. I am now training for this April's Boston Marathon. It is wonderful to be on this impactful journey with you. Every baked good sold and piece of woodshop, every mile you have changed lives of people with autism like me. Special thanks to Dr. Mary Kovac and the Sons of Italy as well for your support. Thank you so much.